All right. Hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. This is our nitric oxide release, meaning we're going to release some good hormones for our body today. This is our intermediate level class. I've got Diane here. We've got Moose over here on the side. That hopefully is going to be a nice quiet dog for this group. But when you're ready, go ahead and come on up. We're going to start with a standing cat-cow, and then we're going to stretch out our calves. So if you have somewhere to push off the wall against a chair, or even if you have a step to stand against, that's great as well. But first, our standing cat-cow. So go ahead and walk your feet in, toes are pointing forward. Make sure you draw your belly back in and kind of rock those hips back. From here, send your hips back, keeping your arms nice and straight, bring them to the bottom of your thighs. And now for that cat-cow, you're gonna exhale. Roll your shoulders forward, lift up to that mid-back like an angry cat. And then as you inhale, draw the shoulders back and down, looking up and forward. Good, just keep those hands on the bottom of the knees. Exhale, chin to the chest, rounding, nice straight arms. And inhale, softly arch, nice straight arms. Good, a couple more times. Nice deep. Good, last time, breathing out. And breathing in. Very good. On that next exhale, go ahead and push the feet, standing tall. Next, your calf stretch. So I'm going to use this tabletop here, drawing the stomach in. I'm going to push against the table. Stagger my feet, walk the one foot back, start on the ball of the foot. I'm going to rock it back into that heel. And now I'm just going to push into that table. So I lean in, I kind of bend the knee down slightly, and then extend that knee. Bend the knee slightly, extend. One more time, knee drops in and fully extend. Great job. Same thing other side. Walk it in, step it back. Pushing against that through the arms, lowering that heel down. Just start by lengthening it out through there. And then once you feel like that stretch starts to subside, then it's when you can just barely lower that knee towards the floor. The heel comes off slightly and then extend it back out. Twice more. So you just give a little variation on which muscle of the calf that you're giving a little stretch to as you bend that knee. There's a third time bending it in, extend it out, and then walk it in and rest. All right, we're going to be starting with our half squat and front raise. So I'm going to start with just my arms raising up in front. If you want to start with a light weight raising up in front, that works as well. We're going to set our feet about hip width apart, draw the stomach in, set the shoulders back, and then when you're ready, breathing in to lower, breathing out as we stand. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and depending upon how your body's feeling today, Diane and I just finished our basics class before this, so we're fairly warm, so might be moving just a little bit faster than we did on the last session. Look to be sustainable. 10 more seconds, and then we're going to take a 20-second break. Well, not break. We're going to take a 20 seconds to change it up, either some step jacks or some jump jacks. Here we go. If you're using those weights, set it down. Walk the feet in. Index fingers click in front of the body, and then touch them up to overhead. Stepping out, stepping in. Good. You can build into a jump later, or if you're feeling good to jump, keep it going. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Next, we're going to do a short stretch for the quads. Place one foot down, draw it all up and in. We're coming onto that single leg balance, or you can balance with the hand as needed, grabbing that foot. Oops, careful. Hold on as needed. There you go. Got it? Perfect. Yeah, left foot's up. Left foot's on hand. Hold on to that table or go grab onto that chair. There you go. The wagon's available. If you grabbed it at the start, go ahead and release. Diane, keep holding for another second or so. In between sides, we'll just give a short little hip rock. And then same thing on the second side. We're getting ready for some lunging work. So if you're not quite ready for a full lunge, just do what we call our reverse giant steps. You just take a big step back. I'll show that initially. Those of you that know the lunge, you can go into that. We're going to be spending a full 45 seconds on each leg with a little hip circle in between sides. All right. So we're going to get started here in about 10 seconds. If you're not sure of the movement, just hang out and watch. You're going to start with the toes pointing forward, eyes looking up and forward, and then we're going to start with the left leg stepping back. So I'm going to reach my arms out. If you're not ready to bring that knee all the way down, just a big step back. As you step forward, we're going to come into that high knee position. So working that balance. Raise those arms out. If you can, come all the way down, keeping that front foot planted, step it forward, and then draw that knee up. And depending upon your coordination level with the movement, you can turn it into one fluid movement. Arms reach out, leg steps back. Really key here, this front foot stays planted. So I'm pushing down through that front heel, pushing that big toe into my shoe or into the ground as well. If I were able to be barefoot, we're almost there. Controlling back and down, drawing up and forward, and 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. Feet about hip width apart, rolling through those hips. Very good, and then take them the other way. Alrighty, so my right foot was forward on that one. Now the left foot's gonna stay forward. So walk it in. Start with both feet pointing towards each other, standing up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, you're gonna raise the arms out in front, step that foot back. Your choice on how far down that knee goes. And then we're gonna come to that high knee position. Good. Reaching back and down, controlling, and up. So we're going unweighted on this first round. If you're someone that's still building towards that full range, so if you're doing the giant step variation, then I recommend that you stay unweighted. Those of you that feel strong in your lunges, you're confident with that full range of motion, you're confident with your balance as you stand up and through, then maybe on those next rounds, you may want to hold a little weight. All right, go ahead and rest there. All right, and then our last exercise of this circuit, either a running high knee or a little march and punch. Breathing out with that punch. All right, everybody, that is set 1. We're gonna take about 20 seconds and we'll be back for set 2. So feel free to grab a drink. We're gonna start back at the top with that half squat and front raise. And we're not gonna have the stretch breaks in the middle of this next circuit. Starting in 10 seconds. So I'll hold a light weight this time. Set those feet about hip width apart, draw the belly in. And 2, 1, here we go. Either lifting a small weight or your hands up and forward. Drawing back, feel that belly draw in, feel the knees push out. Good. Send your hips back just a little bit more. Don't let those knees shoot forward. So bend a little bit more at the waist. Yeah, there you go. And up, 10 seconds left. Nice. You're gonna feel like you're trying to reach your hips back for a chair behind you. As we tend to shoot our knees forward. 1 or 2 more. And take a pause. Good job. If you're using a weight, set it down, either step jacks or jump jacks. Trying to get a full circle of the arms. Keep that blood flow going. Short intervals here. Just 20 seconds in between. We're getting ready for our lunges next. 2, 1, and pause. We're going to head back to that position for the lunge, keeping your left foot forward, stepping the right foot back, walking the toes in, eyes up, and here we go. Back and down, up and forward. I went without the weight this time. If you do want to hold weights, you can. I'll save it for round 3. As you lift the knee, lift that foot and toes as well. And then as you step back, watch that toe doesn't rotate out. So the toe pointing forward. Yep.
Because I'm wobbling.
A little bit wobbly there. Yep.
Yeah.
Take your time. You feel how it's stepping behind you. So feel like you want to just step it straight back and not like you're trying to step onto a tightrope. So straight back, feet hip width apart. Good. A couple more. And last one. Controlling through and rest. Nice work. Hip circles in between legs. Woo. Feeling okay?
Yeah.
All righty. Change direction of that hip circle. 20 seconds, we'll be back into that second lunge. So now we're gonna leave the right foot forward and step the left leg back. All right, make sure you do the same. So don't grab weight if you didn't hold it on the first leg. Wait till that round 3. Walk those feet in, toes forward, stomach drawn in. And here we go. Left leg stays forward. Is that right? Nope. Back and down, up and forward. Excellent. Eyes up. Sometimes people will tend to like look down as they step back. And then if you watch what tends to happen, they look down, my chest drops forward. So keep those eyes up, looking up and forward. Breathing through. I want you to feel a burn in your muscles, but I don't want you to necessarily feel like you have pain in your joints. So if that front knee is bothering you, make sure it's not shooting forward as you step back, keeping that shin vertical. Maybe one more time. Control, up, and rest. Awesome job. All right, either that march and punch. If you want to move a little bit faster, running high knees, I'm going to go with that march. Good job. That's set one. We're going to do it one more time. Starting here in 15 seconds with that half squat. And actually, this is our last time with squatting today. So I'm going to take you all the way down and do a full squat. Set those feet about hip width apart. Eyes up and forward. Instead of front raise, I'm going to hold the weight under my chin. When you're ready, if you're joining us, Diane, don't feel like you need to. You did the first class with us. But otherwise, those of you that are squatting now are trying to get all the way down, really opening through those hips. Good. We do those half squats to get a little bit more pump in those thighs. But then I also like to have some touches of a full squat to keep that range of motion through the joints. Using all the muscles, get all the way down, all the way up, and rest. Either take a full rest before the lunges or join me for a jump or step jacks. There you go. Nice and smooth, eyes up. Final time through this circuit, and we have one more focused on the upper body. 2, 1, and pause. All right, on this third round of lunges, I'm going to hold a little bit of weight. I'm going to hold one weight in each hand down at my sides. So I'm going to squeeze those shoulders back, have those palms pointing forward. We're going to keep the left foot forward to start. 2, 1, here we go. So I step back, control the knee down, stepping forward, still coming to that high knee position. Down, up and forward. Awesome.
I'm more stable on my dominant leg.
Yep. You're still wanting to step a little narrow. So we're not trying to make it a balance challenge. Keep those feet hip width apart as that right leg steps back. Okay. So you're kind of stepping, almost crossing behind you instead of reaching it straight back. Yep, wider base stance. There you go. And then see how that toe is rotating away. Point it forward as you step back. Better, still pointing out. Point it forward. Stand up. Good job, 5 more seconds. So you're up and back. So nope, other way. Yep, there we go. And rest. So I want to point you forward. Yours looks like this.
Oh my gosh.
So we want to be here. Hip circles in between legs. So all we were talking about with Diane is that she was kind of stepping behind, her toe was rotating out. So we want to keep it pointing forward. All right, just one more set of lunges to go. And then we're going to be moving into that upper body circuit. When you're ready now, we're going to keep the right foot forward, left foot stepping back on my end. 2, 1, and here we go. Through, lifting up. Nice job. There you go. That side's solid.
Oh, what a difference it made. Because I kept wobbling on this side.
Yep.
And I didn't
so
know.
Toe point. So you're stepping narrow. You have a tendency to kind of step back, and that's going to make it harder to balance. So keep the feet hip width apart, shoulder width apart at least. There you go. And you're not trying to balance on a tightrope. Woo! Good work, breathing through it. Almost there. Okay, one more time. Up, drive it high, control it back, and rest. Awesome work. All right, and then that march and punch or the running high knees. We're gonna move right into our second circuit. We're gonna start with an elevated push-up. So do a push-up somewhere that it's gonna seem like it's too easy for you. And as you get warmer, you can always go to a lower surface. So what I mean by that is I'm gonna use my tabletop. You also stand against a wall, draw the stomach in, walk the feet back, and then when you're ready, as you lower down, instead of winging the elbows wide, draw them back and in, pushing away. Ideally, we like to bring that chest all the way down as you're able. If you're not quite able to get that chest all the way down, no problem. Just make sure that you don't progress to a lower level. meaning like I'm going to move from the table to the bench until you can work that full range. All the way down, all the way up, and resting there. Nice. Next, we're going to move into a bicep curl. I'm going to show you with the band on round one. If you have 2 dumbbells, you can hold those as well. I'm going to stand on my band, toes pointing forward. I'm going to draw those elbows to the side, draw the stomach in with that soft bend in the knees, and we just curl up and down. Sometimes the elbows tend to flare, so I want to hold them in. More likely to flare with the dumbbells than with the band. And then while that lower body's not working very hard right now, we can just give a little bit of tension. I'm just flexing my thighs a bit, squeezing my glutes, and breathing. Good. Gentle smile. Oh, we got a hummingbird coming to visit. And 3. Oops. You okay? And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Diane's in the perfect spot because now we're going to do the seated row. So she's in that position for that seated row. I'm going to show the bent over row. So draw the belly in, that soft bend the knees. I'm going to send the hips back. And now we're going to row both arms together, drawing those elbows back behind us. Staying nice and level. You can also do the version that Diane's going to be showing. Oh, she stood up now. But when she was seated, you can sit down on the ground and do it as well if you don't have a chair nearby.
This way?
Yep, you got it. There you go. Reaching forward, kind of rotating those palms forward as you curl in. Couple more.
My band was too short. So
Yes.
Standing up, I
Couldn't do it standing. And take a pause. Nice job. Standing up out of that. We're going to our mountain climber next. So you can either come down to the top of the push-up or you can stay elevated, just like we did our push-ups before. Nice wide handprint. 2, 1, here we go. So drawing the knee towards the same side elbow, breathing out with that drive. Head and neck nice and neutral. Sometimes we lose that head forward. So focus to draw that chin back and in. Stomach nice and neutral. Up and down, back and forth. With that exhale on that knee drive. We're going to be lying down on our backs next. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, Diane, if you want to join us down on the floor. Those of you that know the hollow body, you can go right to it. If you're a little bit working on building some strength in your abdomen, then I recommend to start with what Diane's going to show us today. I'll demo it for you here. It's the tuck up with the knees bent. She's going to keep the knees bent, hug her legs into her chest, and then as she lowers her feet back to the ground, she's focused to not let her hips roll away. So keep that low back pulling into the ground. If you want to progress it, you can raise the arms overhead, extend either one or both legs out, and we're working what we call our hollow body. So like a hollow boat, either keeping the head back or you can raise the head up, pull the chin in. We're gonna take another 20 seconds here. Breathe as you move. Nice, Diane. Working that lower abdomen, 10 more seconds. Beautiful. This is the end of our second circuit. 2, 1, and rest. Good. Everybody hug those legs in. Just rock yourself side to side. We're going to come up for another round, starting back with those push-ups here in about 20 seconds. So when you're ready, making your way up. And as we discussed, if you were able to go that full range on the first surface, if you want a little bit more challenge, you can come a little bit lower. Oops, careful. Take your time. Otherwise, stay where you were. All righty. Midline nice and strong. No sagging at the hips. And begin. Controlling those elbows back and down, driving away. So what I mean by sagging hips, we don't want those hips to sag down because that arches that spine. Elbows drawn in. Breathe out as you push away. If you get to where your shoulders kind of feel like they don't have another rep, then hold the top of the push-up. Otherwise, 10 seconds left. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out, maybe one more time. Push, breathe out on that push. And rest. Bicep curls. I'm gonna go back to my dumbbell this time. If you have the band as your best option, then stick with that. Pull my elbows into the sides, palms forward, shoulders back and down, and curling up. So with the bands on the feet. I bend the feet in a little bit closer and then just go up and down here. It all works the biceps. Curl and extend. I just took a seat here, but you can also do these standing. Straighten those elbows and bend. There we go. Good. Bent over or seated row is next. Resting there. So Diane's going to stay there. Now she's just going to reach her arms all the way out. It's not going to change a whole lot. I'm going to stand up, toes forward, long spine. When you're ready, chin in. So if you're seated, sit tall, looking forward. If you're bent over, looking down towards the floor. We're focused to keep those shoulders out of the ears, squeezing those shoulder blades back and down behind us. And watching that head and neck position. So nice and long through the neck. 10 seconds to go. In that bent over position, really hold strong through the belly. We're coming into our mountain climbers next. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. So either elevated mountain climbers, hands on the bench, or coming down to the floor. As soon as you get there, you can start. Nice wide handprint, and starting our 30 seconds now. If you want a little variation, we can go cross body. Pull your knee up and across towards that opposite elbow. Nice. Those of you wearing the blood flow bands, we're going to let the air out after this exercise. 10 more seconds. Strong through the belly, just like we practice on those push-ups. Not letting those hips sag down. 2, 1, and rest. Alrighty, so I'll just hit the little nozzles, release the air. Excellent. And then we're going to come on back down for our final time through. We got our Flutter Kicks first to finish the second round. Mats are getting a little bit warm, not too bad yet. We lost our overcast skies. Alrighty. So Diane, no rush. You want to stay there, you can. Or when you're ready, those of you working the hollow bodies, you can lift up, extend the legs, pull the belly in. And then if you're able to hold that low back flat with the legs extended, you can kind of flutter kick the legs. Diane, stick with those knee tuck ups, the bent knees. We can also crisscross the feet. Still really pulling strong here. We got 15 seconds to go. Making sure that you're not straining that low back. I need to bend my knees in. I'm starting to get tired there. Woo! And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. Awesome job. All right, you can call that your session. Diane, I'm going to encourage you maybe just to kind of be smart this last round. Those of you that this is your 30 minutes of the day to get your workout in, we're going to go back to the top with our push-ups. I'm going to show this last round from the ground. If you need to go elevated, you can. Alrighty, she's going to join us for more. She's a trooper. Nice wide handprint as you come into position. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Elbows back and down. Eyes looking forward once you know that movement. Body nice and strong. You want to think about the push-up as a moving plank. So think about that plank position. Breathing in, breathing out, not letting those elbows wing out wide. About 5 seconds left. If you get stuck, if you get to where you're like, I don't know if I've got another one, hold the top, and there's our 30 seconds. Excellent job. Bicep curls, some dumbbells, some bands, whatever suits your fancy. I had 5-pound dumbbells, and now I have a 20-pound dumbbell. I'm gonna hold my 20-pound dumbbell by each head, pull those elbows in, and when you're ready, curl and extend, up and down. Good job. We're gonna go from the bicep curl to either the seated or that bent over row. That seated row that Diane's is mostly doing is pretty much that bicep curl as well. Works those biceps. 10 seconds to go. Breathing fluid, posture strong. And
works the lats.
Short rest. Good job. Either staying in that seated position or coming to that bent over row. As soon as you get there, go ahead and begin. Head and neck nice and neutral. Drawing those shoulders back and down. Almost done, everybody. Got the bent over row, mountain climbers, and we'll finish on our back. 10 seconds. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Transition to those mountain climbers. Come to the floor. If you're coming to the floor, wide handprint. Stomach draws in and begin. Same side or diagonal. Or you can alternate. So I'm gonna go right knee to the right elbow, left knee to the left elbow, and then when I come back to it, right to the left, left to the right, alternating throughout. Nice, strong, straight arms. You can feel how that driving that thigh up kind of compresses our diaphragm. It makes it a lot harder to breathe. So breathe out as you drive that knee high. And there's our rest. Alrighty, onto your back. Our final exercise before our cool down stretch. Thank goodness. We're gonna have to bring some beach towels on these mats. Good old Arizona summer is coming.
Just being in the sun.
Yep. All right, so remember we had the tuck ups, knees bent, hugging those legs in, or working that hollow body, legs straight, or kind of that combo of one of both. If you're able to hold both legs straight, you can crisscross the knees, crisscross the feet. You can flutter the feet. We have 20 seconds left. Anytime you feel like that low back wants to start to sink away or roll away from the mat, then go back into more of a bent knee position. Final 10 seconds. If the neck gets tired, you can rest it down. Go back to those tuck ups. Lots of different ways to work that core. And we're all done there. Woo! Great job. Alrighty, let's start here on our back. A little windshield wiper of the hips. Feet flat, knees bent. And then gently lower both knees down to one side. Up and across, both knees to the second side. Great job, everyone. Nice job, Diane. Good to have you out here.
Great to be here.
All right, and then we're gonna hug the legs into the chest. And Moose, you did a good job too. Thanks for not barking this hour too much. Double kneaded chest, hugging those legs in, rocking yourself side to side. That low back feels safe, like you can go deeper into a twist. Then that 2-knee twist with the arms to the side, like scarecrow arms. Bring both legs to one side as you turn the head and neck and look over the other shoulder. Then use your midline strength to guide those legs across the other way as you turn the head and neck again. Get about one more each way. And rest. Good job. From here, make your way onto the side, propping yourself up on your arm for our quad stretch. Pull that elbow in. Extend that top leg. Go ahead and bend that knee. Pull that foot back. This is how we can take out the balance component of it. A little bit more of a cool down stretch here. Almost done. 10 more seconds, and then we'll roll it over for the other side. So our goal here is to get that heel towards the glute as we drive that thigh back. You ready? We'll switch it around. Same thing other way. So try to lift up out of that bottom shoulder, bending that top foot, pulling it back. We'll go 20 seconds here. Lovebirds. I make friends with an owl in our new neighborhood. I saw him flying a couple nights ago, and I saw him again early this morning walking Moose. Let go of that leg. From here, let's lay down on your stomach. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders as if you're going to do some push-ups, but we're not going to do push-ups. We're going to do a couple press-ups, kind of open up the front of the body. So legs come together. Hands come right underneath the shoulders, engage your glutes, and just gently raise your chest up off the ground. Drawing your shoulders back and down, so keep the hips down, Diane. Just lay on your belly to start. And then just ever so subtle here, just lifting the chest up. Good. Make sure you don't arch that low back or feel like a pinching sensation, just up as far as you're comfortable. And then lower down. A couple more. Lengthen the front of the body. Last time. Good. And then our final stretch before we breathe together, arms to the side as you lie face down. Call them scorpions. I've also seen it called a cactus stretch. You're going to lift up the one leg, bring it across towards the other side, engaging that glute. Feel the front of the hip open, but really key to squeeze the bum so you don't arch that lower spine. And then we come down and same thing other side. Raise the leg up, the glute. That upper body, you're kind of rolling into the chest on that side. Like you're kind of pushing that hand. Let's go one more time each direction. Feel the chest open on the downside arm. And bringing it back. Fantastic. Yeah, we don't do it a whole lot. Our scorpion stretch. All right, let's go from there into child's. Toes together, knees divide, walk those arms straight out. Go ahead and lower those hips back, bow that head down. This is going to be our final position. Just breathing here nice and deep into the back of the rib cage on your exhale. See if your chest wants to lower slightly more. Breathe in some love. Breathe out all the worry, the tension, the concern that you didn't do it right. A couple more times. Fantastic. All right, friends. Anything else that your body might be asking for today? Try to tune in, see what else it might need. Otherwise, keep yourself moving. Drink your water, eat some vegetables. And remember, life is meant to be enjoyed. We'll see you next time.